Good evening, and welcome to Passaic Valley High School's Class of 2021 Commencement Ceremony. Will everyone please rise for the sounding of Nubia's bell? This signifies the start of our ceremony, while also honoring our New Jersey Governor, Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Lena Saluce. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem and alma mater, performed by the senior members of our choir, along with Ms. Pia Vanderstreet and Ms. Jennifer Shue.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Hail to our alma mater, hail to the school we love. Carry her name to glory, raise her banner above. True sons and daughters loyal, keeping the torch alight. Make her fame immortal, the fame of the green and white.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Please be seated. Thank you for joining us in celebrating the Passaic Valley Regional High School graduating class of 2021. William Barclay said, "Endurance is not just the ability to go through tough times, but also the ability to turn that pain into glory." Class of 2021, you have done exactly that. You have endured tremendous hardship and pain throughout the last 16 months, but you have certainly brought honor and glory to Passaic Valley High School. This group seated behind me has achieved tremendous accolades and recognition on the local, state, and national level for academics, athletics, and activities. The class of 2021 is truly a special group of young leaders. We are certain the 2021 Hornets will continue to make Passaic Valley proud and this community proud for many years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, the president of the class of 2021, Aaliyah Figueroa.
Good evening, members of the Passaic Valley Board of Education, local dignitaries, Dr. Cardillo, administrators, staff, family, and friends. It is such an honor to be here speaking to you tonight. When I think about the past 4 years at Passaic Valley, I can't help but think about the time in my life before high school when I imagined what these 4 years would be like. My grandmother frequently reminds me of a time when I was in middle school and would dance and sing around the house telling her I couldn't wait to go to high school because it was going to be exactly like High School Musical. Yes, I was a dreamer and very naive. I obviously didn't know what high school was really like, but I loved the idea of Troy and Gabriella's world, where lunch periods became perfectly choreographed song and dance routines, and the biggest drama was Sharpay stealing the lead and wearing too much pink. We all know now what 4 real years of high school is really like, and it's definitely not High School Musical 1, 2, or 3. It's not like any high school drama show, because what we experienced is real life. It wasn't good all the time, and it wasn't bad all the time. There were moments for each of us when we struggled, whether personally, academically, or socially. Life isn't perfect, high school isn't perfect, and what lies ahead isn't either. But what matters is that we were able to overcome those challenges. 9 months ago, we weren't even sure this would happen, and here we all are graduating together. It's easy to dwell on the negativity and the things that don't go well. We are all guilty of looking at our flaws and pointing out what could have been. We are hard on ourselves, but let's look and focus on what we have accomplished, where we are, and what the possibilities could be. We have all experienced probably one of the most intense and stressful last year and a half of our lives, between living through a pandemic and the political and social issues we have been forced to discuss. As we move forward and begin our new chapter, all of these things will help shape who we are and will help us find our purpose, whatever that might be. Take what you have learned at Passaic Valley and make your mark. Steve Jobs encourages, don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Take risks, find your voice, find your passion, and never forget that the class of 2021 was unlike any other. And not just because we got to stay in our pajamas and participate in class in bed, but because we made it and came out thriving. We are stronger because of our challenges, and as we move forward, we will reference back to these 4 years many times. When you do, remember what got you to this point, and remember the great moments you experienced at Passaic Valley. Remember your Hornet pride. Remember this day. This year and what we were able to experience would not have been possible without the Passaic Valley staff and administration, especially our class advisors, Mrs. Piccarelli and Mr. Hamowitz, who have been working tirelessly all year to make sure that we had an amazing high school experience. As a school, we have been able to experience our sports programs, plays, girl show showcase, prom, senior day, and a graduation ceremony all together. This speaks volumes to our school and that our experience as students is important and valued. We truly thank you for making these things possible. To my family, thank you for always supporting me in every way, for pushing me so hard and always reminding me to work hard for my dreams. To our friends, Thank you for making our high school experience memorable. To our teachers, thank you for creating a safe environment for us and working hard to make sure we succeed. To the class of 2021, I wish each and every one of you the most amazing things in life. Thank you for the memories, and thank you for sharing this unforgettable experience with me. It was definitely more entertaining than a High School Musical movie, and now we get to go off and create whatever ending we want. Embrace this beautiful, messy, wonderful, and complicated, unscripted life to the fullest. Thank you, and congratulations.
I would now like to introduce the superintendent of Passaic Valley High School, Dr. Joanne Cardillo. This will be Dr. Cardillo's last commencement address as superintendent of the Hornets. She will be retiring later this month after dedicating 6 years of service to Passaic Valley High School as our chief school administrator. As a lifelong educator, Dr. Cardillo has given over 40 years of service to the education profession. Dr. Cardillo, Passaic Valley wishes you the best of health and happiness in your retirement.
Thank you, Mr. Benvenuti. Thank you, everyone. Good evening, graduates, parents, family members, and friends of Passaic Valley. I share congratulations from Mayor James Damiano of Little Falls, Mayor John Coro of Totowa, and Keith Kasmark of Woodland Park. Also joining us this evening or sending regards, we have Dr. Michelle Polari, Superintendent of Woodland Park, Mr. Joseph Spinelli, Councilman from Woodland Park, Ms. Tracy Marinelli of Little Falls, and Ms. Patricia Capitelli of Totowa sends regards. Our Board of Education members here this evening, representing Woodland Park, our Board President, Mr. Sam Yodice, Vice President, Mrs. Jacqueline Luker, and Mrs. Lori Brigatti. From Totowa, we have Mr. John D'Ambrogio, Mr. Peter D'Angelo, and Dr. Vincent Varcatapane. From Little Falls, we have Mr. Luke Damiano, Dr. Charles Cathcart, and Mr. Nick Dole. Joining us this evening is Mr. Bracken Healy, who will take the seat of Superintendent of Passaic Valley on July 1, 2021. I wish him all the best in this new chapter of his career. Mr. Healy, please stand and wave and identify yourself. Thank you. To our senior class, I hope this message resonates with you and encourages you as you leave Passaic Valley. Dear class of 2021, to say that this year has been a unique experience would be an understatement. It was March 2020 when the pandemic thrust us into situations that altered the typical high school experience beyond anything we would imagine, and regrettably has continued through your senior year. I want to share how sorry I am this occurred. I'm aware of your disappointments. You will always be special to me and a class that I will never forget. Imagine after 40 years, you're it. You have adjusted and learned to make the most of every situation and opportunity. The challenges you have faced are well preparing you for real-life situations going forward to whatever post-secondary choice you choose. Remember, Passaic Valley is your home and continues to be the heart of the 3 communities we serve. Administration of PV will always be here for you, and I hope you feel the same about your alma mater. As some of you may know, I too will be moving on, leaving Passaic Valley along with you to seek new experiences, both personally and professionally. I wish each of you the same joy and excitement that I am anticipating for your days and journey ahead. I wish you Godspeed. Thank you.
Please welcome to the podium our Passaic Valley High School Board of Education President, Mr. Sam Yodice.
Thank you, Mr. Benvenuti, and Dr. Cardillo. Best of luck in all of your future endeavors. Good evening, respected teachers, guiding administrators, patient parents, and our amazing class of 2021. I get introduced as Board of Education member, but really I'm just one of you, or really what you will be in about 20 minutes or so. I'm a proud alumni of Passaic Valley Regional High School, class of 1999. I'm truly honored to be a part of tonight's commencement and thrilled to be given the opportunity to congratulate the 2021 graduating class. This evening, you will hear different reflections and memories of your collective journey through Passaic Valley. It's not my place to reflect on your journey. However, I would like to share what I find so remarkable about your journey. When I think of the class of 2021, I think of three words. I think of unprecedented, resilience, and perseverance. Unprecedented is defined as never done or known before. Never done or known before. I'm sure all of you have heard the word countless times over the last year being normalized into a word that correlates with COVID-19. But tonight my intention is to connect this word with all of you. You, class of 2021, are unprecedented. Your last 2 years have been an absolute emotional and physical roller coaster. From complete shutdowns to in-person teaching, from PPE every day, reopening, you made it through quarantining, learning with teachers on your laps, and everything else in between. You made it through the loss of family members and friends, tears, and smiling and see other people's laughs and smiles across a screen on Zoom. Remote learning, hybrid learning, PPE, mass classes, all of it. Google Classroom assignments, canceled proms, games, canceled events, and then they said go. They said go just a little bit, and then they said go just a little bit more. And then we all had to figure out how to create this new normal. Each of you had anything but a traditional high school experience. You have made your journey unlike any other graduating class before you. But you were resilient enough to get up and sing even when shows and plays were canceled. You got up and practiced when you didn't know when your next game or your next match might be. You honored raising that green and white flag in the best traditions of what girls' show used to be. And you learned how to learn in an entirely new method. You either made the grade, battled to achieve significant victories, or performed beautifully on stage when all odds were against you. Unprecedented, I'm telling you. Each of you have persevered toward the goal of earning a Passaic Valley diploma. And you distinguished your unprecedented years in high school by showing us your resilience and your perseverance. Tonight, I think we all can take a little something and learn a little something from the class of 2021. And along the way, there are many people to thank for the role that they played in preparing you for tonight. First, thank you, Dr. Cardillo, our superintendent. We are not only recognizing you tonight during this pandemic year, but again, congratulations on your distinguished 40-year career in education. Thank you to everyone out there, all our parents and family members of the class of 2021 who encouraged you, pushed you, and brought you proudly to this day. But most of all, and not to be outdone, without a doubt, thank you to all our teachers, coaches, and the entire administrative staff here at Passaic Valley who have guided you on your pathway here today. In closing, I leave you with the same three words. Continue to do unprecedented things. Forever be resilient. And no matter what obstacle is in your path, persevere. Congratulations, class of 2021. We are proud of you.
And now, for a reflection of 4 significant years, the class of 2021 historian, Julia Perdomo.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Julia Perdomo, and I am the class of 2021 historian. As historian, it is my honor to recount the events that have allowed us to grow into the mature young adults we are now. It is incredible to think about the memories and all the events we have experienced together during our 4 years in and out of this school. Passaic Valley High School has given us the chance to create special bonds with the people we care about today. As students here, we have made new friends, cheered at sports events, sang along at Mamma Mia, and competed with our teachers at the pep rallies. Sorry, teachers, I know you gave it your best shot. And although this year has been filled with unexpected obstacles, the class of 2021 rose above them. We used our creative minds, opinionated voices, and our life experiences to shape us into who we are today. So let's take a walk down memory lane. During our freshman year in 2017, we were learning our way through the school and how to use the rap line, while we also learned the valuable life lesson that no voice is too small. We became young activists when we supported the hashtag #MeToo movement and the Women's March. It prompted us to use our voices and speak out about the issues in our society. As sophomores in 2018, when we saw more diversity represented in Congress, allowing us to believe that hard work will take you wherever you want to go. As they say, shoot for the stars, or better yet, shoot for Mars, just as the Insight landers successfully did this year. These events taught us sophomores that no dream and no idea truly is impossible. And the impossible did come true when the thought of us being able to drive became a reality as we took our permit test and instilled a new fear in our parents at the idea of getting behind the wheel. Junior year found us stressing about SATs and cotillion attire, while Lori Lightfoot taught us how to break boundaries by becoming the first Black female and openly gay mayor of Chicago. Although our country is not where we would like for it to be, we continue to fight for equality. Our generation has the stigma of being addicted to technology. However, we use social media to our advantage. With Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and much more, we spread awareness of the issues we face and create resources to stop them. While we witnessed the horrors of George Floyd's death during the end of our junior year, as seniors, the class of 2021 came together and demonstrated and marched towards racial justice. Speaking of coming together, everyone here learned the meaning of the word when we had to face the difficulties of COVID-19, something none of us expected. Nevertheless, we still found a way to make the best out of this year's situation. Whether it was sitting 6 feet apart with our friends in the trunks of our cars or being on FaceTime for hours. Now we are sitting here together as a class after having the opportunity to spend the fourth marking period together, something I know we are all very grateful for. I would also like to extend my gratitude on behalf of the seniors to our class advisors for fighting through every changing regulation for us to have fun events like Decision Day, Senior Barbecue, and our favorite, prom. As we move forward onto the next chapter of our lives, I don't want us to look back at our time here at PV and think about what we missed out on. Instead, I want us to look back and smile about all the things we did have. COVID-19 does not define our class, only we do. I'm very proud of everyone for being up on this stage with me, and I'm very excited to see the new memories you make in the future. Congratulations, seniors. We did it.
To announce the honors, accomplishments, and plans for the class of 2021, please welcome Vice President Antonio Bargel and Secretary Brianna Getzoff.
These past 4 years, we have worked so hard individually and as a unified class to put ourselves in the auspicious positions that we are in now. As we look back on our high school career, entering the doors of Passaic Valley as freshmen in 2017, we were unaware of what the next 4 years had in store for us. Now, as seniors graduating in 2021, we can all agree that it has been an unpredictable 4 years, but also 4 incredible years building onto our future successes that we have paved the path for, both academically and athletically. The academic integrity and drive of my fellow classmates is remarkable and most definitely something to be proud of now and in the near future. On behalf of our class, I would like to acknowledge all that we have accomplished. Despite the uncertainty brought on by the rocky introduction to senior year, I am pleased to announce that 87% of our graduating class will be attending post-secondary institutions in the fall across 13 states. Of that percentage, 57% will be attending 4-year universities, 21% will be attending 2-year colleges, 6% will be attending career or technical schools, and 5 students will be joining the military post-graduation. The top 10 students of our class will be attending the University of Pennsylvania Wharton School of Business, Brown University, Dartmouth College, Boston University, Ramapo College, Stevens Institute of Technology, the University of Delaware, New Jersey Institute of Technology, Ohio State University, and Bucknell University. Other noteworthy acceptances are Binghamton University, Clemson, the University of Connecticut, Florida State, Georgetown, Lehigh, the University of Maryland, the University of Massachusetts, Northeastern, Notre Dame, Oberlin College, Pennsylvania State, Purdue, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, Rochester Institute of Technology, Worcester Polytechnic Institute, Villanova, and Virginia Polytechnic Institute. I'd also like to acknowledge all the students who decided to attend local and state schools, such as the College of New Jersey, Montclair State, Monmouth, Stockton, William Patterson, Rowan, Rutgers, and our local community colleges. This year, there were 114 local scholarships awarded, totaling $90,000, and 30 scholars of distinction, which are students who have maintained a 4.0 GPA for 4 years at Passaic Valley. 51 seniors were inducted into the Passaic Valley Honor Society, and 35 seniors inducted into the National Honor Society. Although most of our senior year was conducted through Google Meets, we made the best of it, and I hope we all continue to succeed beyond the computer screen, wherever that may be. Thank you.
Good evening, Board of Education, family, friends, and PV 2021 senior graduates. My name is Antonio Bargel, and it is a pleasure and a privilege to stand here today to talk to you about 4 years of sports accolades and accomplishments. As athletes, PV has been many of our second homes since 2017. We came in as members of 3 different sports programs and had to learn how to work together to reach a common goal. It's hard to believe that just 4 short years ago, we learned how to strive for perfection, set the bar high, and when adversity struck, look it dead in the face and say, bring it on. The senior class of athletes are the true definition of what it means to bleed green and white. The work we have put in, even before entering the building, was evident in what we accomplished here as a class. The intensity of emotions filling this field tonight as we are graduating and ending this chapter of our lives is yet another memory to treasure as we are eager to tackle the next phase of our lives. In our time as underclassmen here at Passaic Valley, we have achieved 2 league titles, one in softball in 2019, and one in ice hockey in 2020. In the fall of 2019, the marching band won a state title. Our drama club and theater arts program also won numerous awards, statewide recognition for their fall plays and spring musical productions. Then in our senior year, the PV class of 2021 took the bull by the horns, stared adversity in the eyes, and ultimately became champions. Missing an entire season during the spring of 2020 and not having an off-season to prepare for our senior seasons last summer could not contain the excitement and explosion that our PV sports teams would create this past year. This year, my fellow senior student athletes led our teams to 2 county championships and 6 league championships. This sports season was unlike any other before. Athletes wearing masks, coaches in masks at all times, no locker rooms, no weight rooms, no off-season conditioning, socially distanced bus rides and sidelines all created the strangest season any of us could have ever expected. However, neither the pandemic, strict COVID guidelines and restrictions, nor anything else for that matter would stand in the way of this senior class leading our teams to victory and PV sports legacies. Before I step off this stage at Walton Field tonight, I'd like to leave you with some PV 2020 and 2021 sports highlights. Our PV football team started the year off right with a winning season. Our girls cross country team won a league title for the first time. Our boys basketball team won a league title for the first time since 2013. Our wrestling team won a league title for the first time since 2017, going undefeated in their league matches. Our boys winter track team won their first league title in PV history. Our girls softball team won back-to-back league titles with a record of 19-1 in league play over the last 2 seasons. The senior members of the Hornets softball team also won 60 games in their 3-year careers. This group also brought home a Passaic County championship this season for the first time in 33 years. 14 seniors from this class have signed and committed to playing sports on the collegiate level. 4 seniors were voted first team all-league, 14 seniors were voted first team all-county, and 2 seniors were awarded the North Jersey Newspaper Athletes of the Week. Collectively, more than 60 seniors were selected with first, second, or honorable mention within our league and our county. My fellow classmates and teammates, let's take the enthusiasm that has surrounded us on the courts, fields, and track out into the world as we use it to obtain our goals. As we move forward, do not forget the friends you have made and those you will make along the way. True friendship is a treasure. No matter where we go or what we do, there are challenges ahead of us. We are more than capable of meeting those challenges straight on with our heads held high and our hearts wide open. It's not enough to simply try to get by in life. That doesn't move the world forward. You must try to excel in everything you do. Strive for excellence in every task, large or small. We came in as Junior Hornets, Tigers, and Panthers, but we are leaving as one PV Hornet family. We are leaving a legacy of leadership, camaraderie, and winning during the toughest times. Once a Hornet, always a Hornet. Thank you, Passaic Valley.
At this time, I would like to invite the treasurer of the class of 2021 to the podium to present the class gift. Please welcome Natalie Raphael.
We've accomplished so much. Whether it be going through 4 different first days of school, new lifelong friends in each class, hoping you don't get a ticket for parking on the side streets on this the junior, and of course, waiting in line for the daily chicken wrap and curly fries. These events are ones we will remember for a lifetime. And it all began at Passaic Valley. After our time here and all the memories and laughs we've shared, we are leaving our mark. We are giving back to the school that has shaped us into the young men and women we have become. So, Dr. Cardillo, will you please approach the podium? For this year's class gift, the Passaic Valley class of 2021 is making a donation to PV to use for future improvements to Passaic Valley High School. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Dear members of the class of 2021, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this donation. I know that you have all worked so hard to leave something as a lasting legacy to this campus. We appreciate it.
Please welcome the salutatorian on her way to the Ivy Leagues and Brown University, Rima Islam.
Good evening, Passaic Valley administration and staff, friends, and family. I'm humbled and honored to be speaking to all of you tonight as the Passaic Valley High School Class of 2021 salutatorian. Before I begin, I must acknowledge those who have sacrificed innumerable hours and oftentimes sleep for me to be standing here before you tonight. To Ms. Shu, I want to give you the biggest thank you for always ensuring that my many academic concerns were taken care of, as well as for dealing with my 7 schedule changes sophomore year. To my teachers, thank you for pushing me to give my 200% always, as well as for believing in me whenever I couldn't do so myself. To my friends and family, thank you for being my personal alarm clock at times, getting me through AP Bio, and for offering me unconditional love and support to make me the person I am today. To my dad, thank you for being my first teacher who always conveyed the importance of education to me, along with encouraging me not to cry when I couldn't parallel park. To my mom, thank you for giving up any breaks you ever had to raise your daughters and for being my mode of transportation for all those times I woke up late for anatomy. To my sister, thank you for teaching me how to read, albeit sometimes incorrectly, along with letting me steal your face. Thank you to everyone who has motivated me in one way or another, including those who can't join us tonight that we keep in our remembrances. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear. The brave may not live forever, but the cautious do not live at all. From now on, you'll be traveling the road between who you think you are and who you can be. The key is to allow yourself to make the journey. While it may be tempting to believe that a famous motivational speaker or celebrity said this quote, it was actually said by a prince. Prince of Genovia from Disney's The Princess Diaries, that is. If there's one thing our Disney days have taught us, it would be that you craft your future through the actions you are willing to take. Of the many traits that characterize the class of 2021, bravery is the one that I feel speaks to our class the most. For some, this may mean braving financial insecurity, taking care of sick family, serving as frontline workers, and facing the fear of the unknown. To call this class brave is an understatement. It goes without saying that we've grappled with some of the greatest difficulties unimaginable to other graduating classes. Our fears used to be silly things like developing acne before picture day, being caught in center hall without an ID, or Mr. Donnelly whenever he said, "Please clear your desk, everything except for a pencil." These fears have translated into bigger concerns, such as the health of family, the rights of our friends, and history itself. It takes greater than an ounce of valor to conquer these newfound fears, and yet our class has done this head first. Whether it be the coronavirus pandemic, Black Lives Matter, Stop Asian Hate, or Free Palestine, a majority of our class has actively participated in these movements with protests, petitions, and general activism, regardless of political affiliation. At this age, we may not be brave enough to order at restaurants ourselves or set up our own doctor's appointments, but we sure are courageous enough to put up a fight against systemic racism and injustices we see come our way. Thank you. We've managed to develop our own armor, shielding communities in need in just a matter of months. We leave Passaic Valley as protectors of the people who need us most. As emerging adults, we'll find ourselves in situations where we feel like life is stacked against us and that we're fighting against forces greater than us, but this is merely an illusion. How we react to these situations is up to us. We either step up to the challenge or eternally wonder what our efforts would have looked like. You don't grow by waiting on the sidelines forever. Growth comes through taking leaps of faith and making 1-2 mistakes that we must learn from. In the words of the wise philosopher and pop star Nicki Minaj, Barbs, refuse to lose, refuse to be defeated, refuse to have regrets. Regretting the past is the worst defeat, as it means we've treated former mistakes as arbitrary incidents rather than learning experiences. Looking backwards constantly is no way to move forwards or survive in this world. What we've been through this past year was solely our first taste of the real world, and clearly it's not easy, nor perfect, nor pretty. From here on out, we are masters of our own fates, saying goodbye to friends, guardians, or parents that once held our hands at every step of the way. We must break away from comfort and single-handedly dive into the unknown. Life without living boldly is no life at all. Reflecting on our time at Passaic Valley, make no regrets and don't regret the mistakes. Though human beings are imperfect, those who make an unapologetic quest to be willing to fail are nobler than those who refuse to try at all. Like the cowardly lion from The Wizard of Oz, one must cherish and embrace courage wholeheartedly. With an unknown future filled with innumerable trials and tribulations, it's our choice to live boldly against these challenges that will allow us to live at all. The only thing standing before us becoming our best selves is our old selves. So, from now on, travel the road between who you think you are and who you can be. Craft your journey. Take risks, live adventurously, and most importantly, know that you have the strength to be courageous. Thank you and congratulations.
Our next speech will be given by the valedictorian. This student holds the highest academic achievement in the graduating class. She also is on her way to the Ivy Leagues and Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania. Please welcome class of 2021 valedictorian Elizabeth Dubov.
Good evening, friends, families, teachers, administrators, and graduates of the class of 2021. We did it. Time is the core of most of our problems because we never seem to have enough of it. It goes by so quickly that we can't seem to remember what happened. Yet sometimes time goes by so slowly that we feel lost in it. And I would bet that at some time we've all wished and hoped to ourselves that time would stop, at least just for a moment. But the one constant thing about time, it doesn't stop. And that's what makes it one of the most valuable commodities in the world. And a couple years ago, the pool management company that I'm a lifeguard for introduced a new game. It was called Lifeguard of the Year. And every day, they would award a different amount of points for showing up to work 15 minutes early, doing all the daily tasks, drawing all the chalkboards, receiving a compliment from a patron, etc. And anyone who knows me well knows that I'm a competitive person, extremely competitive, to the point where people don't even want to play Monopoly with me anymore, and I don't blame them. And so I wanted that grand prize of a $1 raise and the title of the best rookie lifeguard of the year. So every day, I showed up early, drew a beautiful board, and if I do say so, did all my tasks, answered questions correctly, and earned compliments. And now you're either thinking that I did win Rookie of the Year, and this is a success story. Or this is a story about bouncing back from failure because I lost. However, this is somewhere in between. So in my last email from my managers, I nervously searched for my name under the coveted Rookie of the Year heading, but to my disbelief, saw someone else's name in that spot, someone who equally deserved it, even deserved it more. And with disappointment starting to form inside of me, I scrolled down, shocked to see that right below it said, and I quote, "We have decided to give an additional prize. The most efficient guard, which is calculated by taking the total points divided by the total number of days worked. And with an average of 13.7 points per day, Elizabeth, we would like to give you an additional raise for being our most efficient employee." And I thought to myself, most efficient employee? All of my thoughts about not winning Rookie of the Year suddenly disappeared because I had earned a new prize. A prize that simply stated, I did the most in the least amount of time. And from that day forward, this word, efficiency, became the motto of my life, which my parents can gladly attest to. And I probably use this word the most, even more than the word pizza, and I love pizza. And so everything I've done, I've learned to do with efficiency. And even until my last week of high school, I practiced efficiency by working my job every day, writing this speech, completing my Wharton summer modules, and I've learned to make time for everything by not wasting any. And honestly, it's possible that my efficiency is the secret to my success. And especially this year, when we were home every day with little determination to keep pushing forward, it was crucial that we found the motivation within ourselves to make the most of our time. And even if you didn't, I would implore you to try to find this motivation and continue working on being more efficient. And as a 17-year-old, I fully understand that being productive all the time is challenging, extremely challenging. Sometimes Netflix just seems a little too inviting, because I mean, what's one episode? But then one turns into two, which turns into three, and before you know it, you've watched an entire season in one day. But just think of all of that time that you could have spent working, going for a run, even simply talking to your friends, keeping in mind to use your time efficiently. And it's also hard to do this alone. So find people around you that can push you and better you. And for me, this is my parents. My parents pushed me to my deadlines and helped me manage my increasingly busy schedule. They drove me to school, to games, and 3 different jobs. They comforted me when I was stressed and tired and nervous. And I'll admit, I wasn't the easiest at times, and I stubbornly and erroneously believed I knew what was best for me. But they always proved me wrong. They exposed me to the world, to different cultures, to different lifestyles. And for everything they have done and will do, I just want them to know that I am eternally grateful. And I hope I made them really proud. And that being said, I want to thank everyone again for helping me grow into the person I am today. All of my teachers, my friends, my family, my guidance counselor, Mr. Pantel, you were all instrumental to my happiness and my success. And a special thank you to our class advisors, Ms. Peters and Mr. Hamowitz, for giving us such an incredible senior year, despite the circumstances. And I would also like to thank everyone here today for your attention and your very valuable time. And congrats again to the graduating class of 2021. And remember, efficiency is key, so try to make the most of your time. Thank you.
We would like to take this time to recognize the class of 2021 advisors, Mrs. Jamie Piccarelli and Mr. Kevin Hamowitz. This year's class advisors went above and beyond to ensure that the class of 21 had everything their senior year could possibly have during such a difficult year. Mrs. Piccarelli and Mr. Hamowitz, thank you for your leadership, your time, your dedication, and your love for the class of 2021. Our Passaic Valley Board of Education deserves recognition and appreciation as well for their role played in helping to make this end of school year a memorable one for our seniors. We thank the Board of Education for their assistance with the senior celebration at Jackal Stadium and the graduation lawn signs located on the front lawn of our campus. Seniors and parents, please remember to take your lawn sign home tonight or at some point this weekend. We would also like to recognize our retirees from Passaic Valley who have put in years of dedicated service to our students and this Passaic Valley community. As mentioned earlier, Passaic Valley Superintendent, Dr. Joanne Cardillo. Former Director of Buildings and Grounds with 36 years of service to Passaic Valley, Mr. Tim Platt. Mrs. Maria Papaleo. Mrs. Linda Odgers, Mr. Roger Mazowiecki, and Mr. Vincent Marciano. Later this evening, the class of 2021 will be given a tremendous celebration by Operation Graduation. An extraordinary amount of work, planning, and fundraising went into making this night special during these difficult times. We would like to thank and recognize the Operation Graduation parents who led this great effort. Christine Bazile, Sue Matari, Julianne Giannotti, Monet Vieira, Jeannie Alva, and Janet Russo. Students, please join me in thanking the following people: your administrators, your faculty, your administrative assistants in our building, the custodians, all who went in and put in a great effort to keeping everyone healthy, happy, and safe during this difficult school year. And most importantly, your parents. Parents, thank you for entrusting Passaic Valley High School with your children. It was an honor and a privilege to have them for the last 4 years. Thank you all. And now, to present the class for certification, please welcome the Director of Student Personnel Services, Mrs. Tara Torres.
Will the class of 2021 please rise? Dr. Cardillo, at this time, I'd like you to approach the podium. I present to you the class of 2021 for graduation.
I certify that the students seated before us today have met or exceeded the academic standards set by the Passaic Valley Regional High School District and the New Jersey Department of Education.
Let the calling of the graduates begin.
David Estrada Jr., Elizabeth Dubov, Cameron Fry, Rima Islam, Fabian Gallego, Aaliyah Figueroa, Christian Kim, Antonio Bargel, Lauren Coleman, Natalie Raphael, Victoria Langevin, Brianna Getzoff, Alexandra Mora, Julia Perdomo, Leonardo Pachis, Yasmin Abbasi, Alexandra Pace, Saif Abdelhay, Illuminata Rogers, Alex Ack, Nicolette Giuliano, Alexander Actable, Colin Kalita, Arion Adili, Frank Kalakaitis, Aisha Adnan, Daniel Kanya, Mike Agueza, Rebecca Casper, Noelia Alvarez, Summer KK, Jacob Alarcon, Lara Kitta, Rachel Alisi, Amru Kitrane, Abriana Ali, Batul Coach, Karen Aliaga, Fernando Lamberty II, Muhammad Al-Khatib, Anthony Lamura, Alexander Amazi, Alexis LaRusso, Olivia Altanji, Giancarlo Latour, Jeannie Alva, Adrian Laverne, Perlin Amarante, Akram Lechgar, Alex Amaya, Madison Leach, Gianni Amir, Matthew Levijak, Alana Apolito, Thomas LaJoy, Samantha Armagno, Sebastian LeCue, Nicholas Arabito, Ramadan Lalovic, John Arriaga, Miriam Lewis, Gianna Avignano, Andrew Algaba, Amy Ayub, Connie Luna, Patrick Baginski, Nahar Mahmood, Isabella Bargel, Xavier Malik, Rachel Bartolomeo, Natalie Malone, Mia Basile, Salvatore Mancini Jr., Blareem Bakiri, Monir Mansour Jr., Jansu Bergal, Vincent Marchese, Isaiah Betts, Reno Mariconda, Hassan Bouyan, Pamela Marjana, Hussein Bouyan, Perla Marjana, Angie Blanco, Victoria Marquez, Sophia Blanco, Brandon Mariquin, Javon Bloomfield, Boris Martinez, Dante Blucher, Jada Martucci, Sebastian Boherquez, Layla Matari, James Both, Luke Mulrooney, Jennifer Both, Victoria Mazzo, Brian Bozick, Jordan McCullum, Anthony Brower, William Maynor, Isabella Brunetti, Rebecca Brunetti, Ruveda Mert, Andy Bula, Nicholas Minadeo, Jacqueline Banuski, Sarah Mitchell, Chris Burgos, Adriana Monaco, Nicholas Basiglio, Liliana Morel, Emily Kajal, Vincent Moyo, Joseph Calderon, Andre Murga, Jessica Kamal, Robinson Murga, Brandon Canataro, Ghazi Mustafa, Carissa Canzona, Chelsea Nakle, Natalie Capria, Burke John Nevruz, Elijah Caraballo, Sergio Rojas, Tatiana Carter, Kevin Gwen, Ashley Casadiego, Scott Nitch, Justin Castaneda, Sean Nitch, Joseph Celentano, Jasmine Nuestro, Julia Chiampa, Samantha O'Hare, Adam Ciaris Deeb, Matthew O'Neill, Matthew Charlo, Hannah Oliveira, Denisha Claudio, Leiliani Otero, Brian Collin, Stephanie Padwani Martello, James Connolly, Alexa Palmieri, Nicholas Cooper, Teresa Payne, Victoria Corrado, Joseph Peluso, Kyrie Cosentino, Caitlin Cronin, Valak Pena, Francis Cruz, Matthew Perry, Gabriel Cruz, Rebecca Perry, George Kwakle,
Allison Peterson, Sydney Cummings, Brandon Petrullo, Jenna Contrera, Ryan Fawn, Frank D'Alessio Jr., Mattia Polibio, Zane Dalco, Suleika Popa, John De Silva, Miriam Qureshi, Ashley Davis, Sarah Rabot, Antonio DiVincenzo, Zaina Rafi, Sean Data, Gabriela Ramirez, Jaylene Delgado, Gianfranco Revisor, Owen Del Pue, Marco Riccio, Brianna DeLucia, Kayla Riddick, Joseph DePascal, Eduardo Rodas, Daniela DeStefano, Alvaro Romero, Alexandra Dimitricu, Victoria Romeo Nestico, Joshua Diaz, Alejandro Rosario, Devin DePasquale, Carolyn Rosenberg, John DeSalvo, Ashley Rufili, Eliana Dobbs, Brandon Rocco, Navrula Dogan, Lauren Russo, Jeremiah Dokum, Natalie Russo, Daniel Dransfield, Braden Rusu, Brianna Dupo, Robert Sage, Brian Phoebus, Matthew Sakat, Andrew Feenan, Yamin Salahi, Zachary Ferguson, Dea Samo, Angela Fernicola, Evan Sanchez, Alexis Ferraro, Jazelyn Sanchez, Taylor Figueroa, Michael Sanchez, Crystal Sandoval, Anthony Flowers, Cichali Santana Severino, Gaetano Fontana, Chelsea Santrich, Nicholas Frederick, Alexa Sasso, Crystal Fuentes, Lindsay Seiko, Laura Gallego Acevedo, Sandro Schiavo, Nicolino Gallo, Colby Salido, Jeremiah Garcia, Abigail Shaw, Jordan Garcia, Jessica Slauson, Julian Garcia, Elena Soba, Yaslin Garcia, Stephen Garrity, Dmitro Sosnovsky, Andrea Gavrilovic, Rebecca Sullivan, Robert Georges, Nicholas Svetlichny, Jay Janduso, Omar Thabata, Anthony Gianotte, Jan Thabit, Lainey Thompson, Hira Gohar, Alicia Thompson Singh, Kevin Gonzalez, Aiden Timms, Aslan Gao III, Xander Timothy, Jordan Grambone, Jacob Tomes, Michael Gariri, William Tomes, Jeremy Guzman, Jonathan Torres, Matthew Haddad, Lauren Torres, Jovan Haler, Admir Tosca, William Hollowell, Brianna Truhella, Yaman Hanine, Fred Tuma, Faria Udin, Lily Harrington, Jabran Udin, Valeria Heredia Crespo, Claudia Ugliero, Christopher Heel Jr., Jason Uria, Taylor Hill, Yaniri Vasquez, Tristan Honick, Nicholas Vasta, Cameron Hyde, Alexa Vasquez, Nicholas Iacovo, Corey Venturella, Gianna Irizarry, Brandon Vieira, Giovanni Irizarry, Robert Volanino, Jeremy Irizarry, Elliot Whitney, Arcangelo Ayurado, Jalen Williams, Veronica Jankowska, Melody Wolfer, Joseph Jansen IV, Christopher Eunice, Ariana Jorge, Angel Zapata, Zaid Zaidan, Zachary Pellegrini, Johnset Akil, Alyssa Sabara, Adnan Nori, David Morales,
Take your picture.
Will the class of 2021 please rise? At this time, we ask all of you to move your tassel from the right to the left. This signifies that all of you are now proud graduates of Passaic Valley High School. Class of 2021, you are dismissed.